like YouTube, TikTok now, all the major television channels, ask yourself who owns them. And it's an easy answer. Follow the money, that's all we need to say. The text clearly states that the narrow gate and narrow path, on the other hand, are difficult and challenging, but lead to life, not destruction. This is where Hasatan has taken full advantage of our disobedience as the Most High's chosen people, the people of the way. Hallelujah. And Deuteronomy 28:64 gives us a little history as to what was going to happen. The Most High prophesied this to our who was this? This was Moshe. Then Yahuwah will scatter you among all peoples from one end of the earth to the other. And there you shall serve other Elohims. There you shall serve other gods, which neither you nor your fathers have known. No, we weren't used to this mess. We only knew the way. And the way we knew was simple obedience. Do what I tell you and you will live. If you don't do what I tell you, you're going to die. Uh-oh. Which neither you nor your fathers have known. Wood and stone. Uh-oh. So these are the guys we're celebrating and lifting up, giving higher esteem than the Most High. Yep. And it's Christianity with the wooden cross and Islam with the cobblestone. However, our story doesn't end there. It only begins with our history lesson. See, we're going to walk this thing down today, family. We see there in Luke 21:20 through 24, the text says, when you see Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, you will know that its desolation is near. Then let those who are in Judah flee to the mountains. Let those who are in the city get out, and let those in the country not enter the city. Uh-oh. For this is the time of punishment. For this is the time of punishment in fulfillment of all that has been written. Folks just leave out the house looking in any kind of way. Praise the Most High. We're going to leave folks alone today. For this is the time of punishment in fulfillment of all that has been written. Just like we just read there in Deuteronomy. This is part of the punishment. But this is how it started. How dreadful it will be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. There will be great distress in the land and wrath against this people. What people? The people of the way that we just read about, who was celebrating these other gods, and that the Most High said we're going to be celebrating these other gods in these lands. So let's keep on. There will be great distress in the land and wrath against this people. They will fall by the sword and will be taken as prisoners to all the nations. Jerusalem will be trampled on by the Gentiles, or trampled down by the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. And this is where we find ourselves at now. This is where Eurocentric Christianity was born. When Rome came into Yasharal and stole not only its people and divided the land, Africa, but those devils also stole our sacred books and started rewriting them to fit their narrative. The one who owns the pen wins, gets to write the narrative. However, they didn't study the text well enough in their haste to transform the way into Christianity. Their main mistake is their pride, which is soon followed by destruction. And we see it today. Look who they elected as their new leader. These devils never counted on the power of the Most High's spoken words. When he speaks, no matter who or how they try to stop it, it's coming to pass. The text says in Isaiah 55:11, so shall my word be that goes forth from my mouth. It shall not return to me void, but it shall accomplish what I please, and it shall prosper in the thing for which I sent it. You can take that to the bank. And it started off when he said, let there be light. Hallelujah. And what happened, family? That light is still traveling, making more light. Hallelujah. And then we see there in Genesis 15:13-14, when the Most High was prophesying all this that would happen to our forefather Abram. He said, you can be sure that your descendants will be strangers in a foreign land. Did that thing say we will be indigenous to that land? No, he said we will be strangers in a foreign land where we will serve, where they will be enslaved and oppressed for 400 years. We have been enslaved and oppressed for 400 years. The clock has ran out. But let's finish, because some will say, well, this, that, and the other ain't happened. But I will punish the nation, or we should say the nations, because they took an oath with each other in Psalms 83. Yeah, it's the Psalms 83 crew. They said, come let us put these jokers in slavery forever, so that the name of Yasharal will be never remembered no more. We're going to stomp out that name. But Yahuwah said, I will punish the nation that enslaves them, and in the end of that punishment, it says, and in the end they will come away with great wealth. But we should say, in the end of that punishment, they will come away with great wealth. So the Most High warned us that we will be in a strange land as slaves and under hard oppression. This is a nation totally destroyed. Wouldn't you say so, family? This is a nation totally destroyed and planted. Just like we were scattered, we was planted and died. However, we was planted as a seed. He scattered us as seeds. Not as seeds to die off. As we see, however, this is where our story, or his story, takes a huge turn when Yahuwah has a little talk with old Zeke. One of my favorite characters. Zeke in Ezekiel 37, 1-14. The dry bones. A lot of preachers love this text only, and that's why they clowned it so much. They were such idiots and foolish when they preached this. That's why they preached it like they did, to cover up the true meaning of it. They didn't want us to ever wake up. The thigh bone connected to the leg bone connected to the knee bone connected to the foot bone. Foolish niggas. True be told, they was foolish niggas back then. And they're the same ones today. Coons. Conan for master. But Zeke said, the hand of the Most High, Yahuwah, came upon me and brought me out in the Ruach of Yahuwah, and set me down in the midst of the valley, and it was full of bones. Then he caused me to pass by them all around, and behold, they were very many in the open valley on earth, throughout the four corners of the world. And indeed, they were very dry. And he said to me, Son of Man can't